Good evening everyone and welcome to TT_Project Cars. It is Season 4, Round 4 here at Racing Roulette, and of course it is the Indianapolis road course that we are doing tonight in the Indy cars, which I'm very much looking forward to. And as it's a Monday night, I'm your commentator as always, James Head 14, going to be taking you through the action here out on track. Do apologise about the little bit of a late introduction into the lobby. I was just busy sending a message to somebody else, so I do apologise about that. If you were commenting in and I didn't see that, then I do apologise. But coming into tonight, the Racing Roulette driver standings are as follows. 78 points, Crusher leads the way, with Sinclair in second on 64, Alan Kay in third on 51, maintaining that third position from last week, of course. Money Matt in fourth, McKinder Few in fifth. So the rivals beginning to just swell up a little bit there for that third place. 49 points for Money Matt, 48 points for McKinder Few. Aguilera in 6th on 36, Casper in 7th on 32, Charlie in 8th on 30, Theo Daly in 9th on 29. Andy is back tonight, which is great. He's on 10th on 26 points, and Sean is in 11th on 11 points as well. And of course, it is good to see another new driver here tonight, Nico Casti. Don't know really much about him. I don't know anything about him, to be honest, at all, but I'm sure I'll learn as I'll go along. Recent new addition to TTG Project Cars, and we've got 8 drivers out on track tonight currently here. Of course, Formula Reynolds still to come tonight. They will be separated obviously on a different stream, because the Formula Reynolds series is our main series and Racing Roulette is our little a bit on the side, you can call it, at that. And of course we are here at Indianapolis, so I'm going to give you a bit of facts about the car. First of all, 200 mile an hour down the straight. Don't think the cars will reach that today. 3.5 seconds acceleration, 740 brake horsepower, and nearly 1.6 tons in weight. V6 engine and a 6-speed sequential gearbox. All that means is it's got 6 gears. That's all it means, quite literally. Tuning in tonight, let's see who's in the comment section. Good evening to Crusher Bro, good evening to everyone else that is tuning in as well. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastically well tonight. And of course, we of course are here for Racing Roulette, and of course this Indianapolis Motor Speedway circuit might be familiar to some of you that are tuning in and race on the old F1 games, F1 2005, F1 2006 especially, Championship Edition. Yeah, well the course layout has changed significantly actually since Formula 1 last came here in 2006. I have got a dodgy track map which I have downloaded and saved onto my iPad. It's one of those that the white and the black screen, the black background on a white screen doesn't really work, so I'm going to have to find a track map in the meantime, so I do apologise about this. I'm just going to quickly have a look. I did have a track map for you guys, but the one doesn't work, which is absolutely fantastic. I've got a much better one coming in now to tell you more about this track, as we'll go very soon for Racing Roulette. 15 minutes worth of action, of course, for the Racing Roulette. 14 turns for Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the main straight, obviously distincting where the oval circuit would be. Formula 1 actually did used to go around that full oval. Out of turn 10, they used to go through the oval and only counted as 12 corners. They've added a bit of an in-road section in, so as soon as they come onto the embankment at the oval section, just coming past where some of the grandstands would be, like the paddock and etc., we are just getting going. So you can really see on the track map actually where I'm on about. Where Sector 3 is, the pit lane, that's basically a new section on the track, added late in the late 2000s. Actually, I think it was 2008, 2009. I do believe it was added. 13 turns for the drivers to get used to here tonight. 2.49 in length. We should see a lot of competitive action with these cars out on track. And Crusher Bro, I have a feeling will probably dominate, but the mid-pack battle, the battle for second, the battle for third in the championship, definitely going to get more heated here tonight. I can guarantee you that from a mile off. And as I say, Crusher Bro on 78, Sinclair on 64 and Alan Kay on 51 coming into tonight's action for round 4 of the championship here in Racing Roulette, and of course Formula Reynolds to come after this. And let's have a look at who's on pole position. And Andy, the returning face of Project Cars tonight. Andy is back, and he's back on pole position in this random grid race. Charlie in second, with Crusher Bro in third. Aguilera in fourth. Nico Casti, the new driver, in fifth. McKinley Few in sixth. Alan Kay in seventh. And Molly Matt in eighth position. And of course, these cars do use KERS, actually. I do believe the kinetic energy recovery system. Very, very dissimilar to the ERS system that is used in Formula 1, energy recovery system. So the KERS, essentially kinetic recovery, energy recovery system. It's basically the energy that's actually transferred the car through the car, actually. So that's how you can tell the difference between them both. But we are about to get going for racing action here tonight. Try and get a different camera angle, but not going to. Private lights are on and we're underway. Green flag is out and we're underway for 15 minutes worth of racing at the Racing Roulette. And Andy has got a great start off the line. Andy already leading down towards turn one. Crusher Bro chasing into second. Nico Casti already up into third. Everyone hopefully will get through there okay. Bit of a Constantino up on the inside. Colin 10 flying, but relatively all clean through. Molly Matt just making a bit of a mistake there. Just in front, and in fact, Molly Matt has gone off track slightly, just off the back end, I think, on the curb. Further down the field, as Charlie tries to go around his outside, and on the inside curb, yeah, these cars definitely thinking Molly Matt making no attempt there to actually make the track at all. But Andy on his return has stolen the break early on. 1.1 seconds, just misses the grass slightly. Just rubs onto the grass slightly. Now they come through this brand new section of the track. Through turn 10 they come. Then into turn 11, which is this next right-hand kink, where the road course meets the embankment. Of course, the F1 cars used to go around here, but a hard break into turn 12. Through turn 12 they go, and now into turn 13, the left-hander, looking very nice. Andy has run wide. Andy has gone well wide. He's into the pit lane, actually. Andy is into the pit. I'm not sure if he's got a drive-through penalty, possibly. Doesn't seem like it. Nothing toward. Andy is into the pits then. Crusher Bro leads the way. Nico Casti up to second, the new driver, doing well on his debut. Bit of battling going on in behind. Molly Matt and McKinley Few about to go side by side, I think, down the straight. In fact, it's Charlie and McKinley Few. I do apologise. Molly Matt just in behind these guys. Down to fifth position. And all clean through turn one once again. Charlie holding off the position from McKinley Few, who will try and make those inroads as per usual. Trying to battle for second though. Aguilera right on the back of Nico Casti, and Nico Casti doing a good job so far on his debut race. Aguilera though chasing him down and begins to hunt him with that kinetic recovery, energy recovery system being used. The KERS being used down the straight, and he's going to make the move down the inside into turn 7, and Aguilera has got the move done. And the Spaniard is up to second place, past Nico Casti, the debutant, with Alan Kay hunting them down in the DHL livery. Perfect. They'd be more familiar with aeroplanes, I think, than anything else, but DHL sponsoring, of course, Alan Kay's car here tonight. So I think it's the only car with DHL running actually on the track tonight. But Crusher Bro leads the way in the Verizon livery, comes across the line, the 6.7, well, nearly a 7-second lead actually. Aguilera in second, Nico Casti in third. Now about to come under pressure, I think, from the Irishman. Alan Kay beginning to close them up down the straight. We're on to lap 3, and we're already only 3 minutes through, so we're pretty much going fast lap. Oh, Nico Casti locking up down the inside there, trying to have a go actually from Aguilera, but not going to get that far back. I think he needs to take the wider line into the apexes of the corner, because he's got Alan Kay now right over the back of him. Just need to learn, and he's just made a mistake there. Alan Kay comes past him, and good sportsmanship there. Could have easily rejoined and tried and make contact there. But Alan Kay is into third. Nico Casti now down to fourth, with Charlie now all of a sudden right on the back, and he's going to try and hunt down the inside here, Charlie. But wits about him, not going to go for the move down the inside. McKinley Few in sixth, Molly Matt in seventh, and Andy, fresh from his pit stop, is in 8th position. Not sure what happened with Andy there. I think he might have just lost control of the car. Speaking of losing control of the car, that's Nico Casti in the wall at the exit of turn 10. So that is a shame for Nico Casti. He's down to 7th position. Will still be picking up points, of course. In the meantime, McKinley Few is all over the back of Charlie. McKinley Few goes wide, takes the wide out exit, trying to run off the corner nicely. Charlie into fourth, McKinley Few in fifth currently at this stage. They come across the line to start lap 4 once again. Crusher Bolt now 8.2 seconds in front, gain another second. He set the new fastest lap for the rest with a 1:10.804. Aguilera in second, there is Alan Kay, and there is Charlie, and McKinley for you is 5 tenths off him, about 7 tenths off him now actually coming through this section. Money Matt in 6th, Nico Cassidy in 7th, and Andy in 8th position. I am going to have a check of the comment section in the meantime as this race heats up. We'll keep on board with the battle for 4th between McKinley for you and Charlie. Charlie, of course, in 4th position at the minute, McKinley for you in 5th position. And in fact, I have a feeling Crusher Bro has just made a mistake, because he's just lost half the amount of time that he had over his rivals. So Crusher Bro's actually had a spin. Kieran McGinley tuning in. Great to see Kieran here. Come on, Andy, do us commentators proud. I'm afraid he's already been into the pit lane for an unscheduled pit stop, so I think they're writing pretty much on the wall right from that moment that happened. But of course, anything can happen in Project Cars. And he's 17 seconds off, and a few spins out in front might just cost him. But Crusher Bro leads the way. 4.7 seconds the gap. He did make up a spin. Must have been out of the exit turn 9 through turn 10, that complex there. Aguilera in 2nd, Spaniard, 1:12.3 last time around. He's 4.5 seconds off roughly as they come through the first couple of corners, through for 1, 2 and 3. Alan Kay running strongly in 3rd. The Irishman want to keep that 3rd position out on track and indeed in the championship, and will add to his good point score that he has got so far this season. Charlie in 4th has fended off the attentions of McKinley for you, about 2 seconds now that gap. There's McKinley for you in 5th position, setting a personal best through the first sector. Nico Cassidy is in 6th. Money Matt is in 7th, just slightly cutting across the corner, slightly. But Andy is starting to make inroads. I can give you good news on the Andy front. He is beginning to make inroads on track. The NTT Data car, sponsor livery number 10, he is running here tonight. Very similar to the Scottish flag, which is good to see. He's 7 tenths up in that first sector, and he is beginning to close in on Molly Matt. Doubt he might close in towards the end of the race, but we'll see. You never know what could happen, as I say. But at the end of lap 5 onto lap 6, Crusher Bro leads the way. 5 seconds the gap. He's got easily time above him. Aguilera in 2nd, with Alan Kay in 3rd, hunting down. But we're on board with Nico Cassidy, new driver here out on track tonight, Project Cars. I don't know much about him, sadly, so I can't really give you much information on him. But Ronnie Matt in 7th is beginning to hunt him down. So the Italian very much closing in now on Nico Cassidy. And again, Nico Cassidy just tending to take the inside line going into the corners. I tend to find that is probably why you do not take the inside line going through the corners. Try and aim for the inside line going into the corner. You will get that car caught in a spin, and that's exactly what we've just seen there with Nico Cassidy having a spin through that section. Money Matt now promoted to 6th as a result of that. Go back on board with the battle for 4th though. Charlie and McKinley for you. McKinley for you beginning to edge into the gap slightly. 1.6 seconds now that gap. Oh, it was 1.6 seconds. It's now retreated back out to just over 2 seconds. From great guns, everyone out on track. Only 8 drivers here as a result of Nico Cassidy's mistake, by the way. And I know King McGinley will be very fond of this. Andy has now caught a bit of time on Nico Cassidy as a result of that spin. So you never know, Andy could pick up some very scrap points here tonight. But I have a feeling he will do a great job nonetheless. And I'm sure he will retribute himself in the Formula Renault series, which will shortly come after this. Oh, and Aguilera is round. Didn't see that on stream, sadly, but saw it on the timing screens. Came as quick as I could to it. Aguilera in the, what looks like a Coca-Cola sponsored livery car. It is actually Cartwheel and Coca-Cola Energizer that actually sponsored that car. Aguilera currently in 3rd position as a result of a mistake. Must have been through turn 1 where he spun. Probably similar to what we saw with Nico Cassidy, of course, a little bit earlier on. We are through halfway. Crusher Bro dominating, but not as much as what I would have hoped. 5.8 seconds the gap. The Irishman Alan Kay beginning to try and close him down in that DHL sponsored car. Aguilera in 3rd, Charlie in 4th, McKinley for you in 5th, Molly Matt in 6th, Nico Cassidy in 7th, and Andy in 8th. And I know for you factoids out there that you will have probably realised that they've got a choice of the 2 cars here tonight. They can either run the Chevrolet or the Honda Indy cars. There are 2 choices that are available, and I do believe We've got Crusher Bro in the Chevrolet and Alan Kay in the Honda, I do believe. I might be totally mistaken about that, but trust me, they do have choices of cars here tonight. And if anybody has chosen the oval car, then God forbid them, I think, if anything has gone wrong with that. Charlie, though, in 4th. Kinderview not really getting any closer to him in the meantime. About 8/10 of a second separating the last lap times. Bit of a mouthful to say that. 13.8 for Charlie, 14.6 for McKinderview. And McKinderview definitely doing a good job out on track. We'll see some of the comments that are flipping through in the meantime, see how you guys are doing, of course. Do make any predictions, of course, in the comments section as well. Do you prefer the Indianapolis 2007 layout or this layout? I've honestly got to admit, I found it a bit more appetising where the oval track was actually on. There was only 12 corners back in the day in Indy 2007. And as I alluded to just before we started off this race, actually, I was mentioning about the Indianapolis layout. And I think the 2007 layout definitely strikes to me better. More downforce, I think, going through the corners. They've obviously added this new complex in between 13 and 14, and the new pit lane, of course, the new exit going into the entrance going into the pit lane. I do apologise about that. But in the meantime, yeah, I think the Indianapolis 2007 layout is better than this one, even though I do like the fast-flowing nature of the first and second sector, especially around here with Indianapolis, and that is my personal opinion, of course. Andy closing in on Nico Casti in the meantime. The Scotsman beginning to hunt Nico Casti down. And on his debut, give him credit, Nico Casti has held up Andy for now and was running quite strongly before he made that mistake, of course. And Nico Casti doing well in 7th, and in fact he is off it, beached into the gravel. So a bit of a commentator's curse, I fear, there. And he is running the Honda, so Nico Casti into the gravel. Must have got caught on the inside curb at turn 3. No attempt to make the corner there through turns 5 and 6. But Crusher Bro, now we'll focus back our attentions towards the front of the race. 3.5 minutes just over to go. Crusher Bro leads the way. Alan Kay is in 2nd. Aguilera is in 3rd. Charlie is in 4th. Kinderview in 5th. Molly Matt in 6th. Andy promoted as a result of Nico Casti making another mistake. He's in 7th. Nico Casti in 8th position and just again running wide a little bit. Of course, the more experience he does gain out on track, the better he will become. That's the aim for these drivers on project cars. Any new driver, of course, that joins the championship, welcomed in with open arms. And I've got to say, full credit to Nico Casti for being out on track very late. Coming in, literally added into the chat this afternoon. And he has joined us here on Project Cars 2, and give him credit, he's doing a good job, and be very interesting to see how he actually does in the Formula Reynolds, of course. But Crusher Bro, not to write home about or anything about Crusher Bro's performance tonight. It's been dominant as per usual, but he just hasn't been pulling away at the gap he probably would have expected to. Alan Kay is pretty much stabilising that gap. It's now gone out to 7 seconds as soon as I've said that. But Alan Kay has, for the majority, stuck that gap at around 6 seconds, roughly. I'm not sure if Crusher Bro makes a mistake or anything like that, and you can see the gap now begin to whittle its way down again, going down into the braking zone. And the stabilising of the gap, very, very key to Alan Kay's chances. In 2nd as a result of Aguilera's mistake. The Irishman doing a great job out on track, and this is phenomenally good driving, I've got to say, from the Irishman. We'll focus our attentions, though, on, again, this battle for 4th. McKinderview trying to hunt down Charlie. McKinderview 14.4 compared to Charlie's 14.5 last time out. 2 minutes to go. We should be going on to the penultimate lap of the race. Crusher Bro is through into the new complex at 12 and 13. So we should be getting through there now. I do apologise, he's going through turns 11 and 12. That is Nico Casti, who is about to be lapped, I feel. Crusher Bro, though, coming through the final couple of corners, and Crusher Bro doing a good job. And we will have, as I say, another lap after this one that is about to begin. So there's 2 more laps to go. We shall have 13 laps. Might get 12, I think, for Formula Reynolds during the race, anyways. But Crusher Bro does lead the way, 9.2 seconds. Alan Kay is in 2nd, Aguilera in 3rd, Charlie in 4th, Kinderview in 5th, Ronnie Matt in 6th. Andy hunted him down, though. And this is what I mean, the Scotsman has got speed coming from the back of the field. A 12th lap was the second fastest lap last time around, and Andy beginning to hunt down Molly Matt. Is it too late for the Scotsman to close in on Molly Matt? And Molly Matt, in fact, has gone off track, has gone round at turn 12. I think he might have reset himself to track actually there. Not sure if that's prohibited within the rules. Might have to have a look into that. But Andy in 6th, Molly Matt in 7th. Definitely looked like it was almost a reset to track there, I've got to say, for Molly Matt. Andy has getting the position as a result. He's up to P6. So, good recovery job, I've got to say, from the Scotsman. Focus back on board with the battle for the lead. Crusher Bro, not the battle for the lead, the leader, as we are about to go on to the final lap of the race, of course. And it's been great racing, of course, for the Racing Roulette. The Indy cars, of course, here tonight. And I keep on saying, of course, of course, of course. Let's have a look. Marco coming in saying, can I drive in the PSN League? I'm sure if you'd be able to message Andy, yeah, what Maze has done in the chat. Message Andy and that'll be absolutely fine there. 2007 layout was one of my favourite tracks, a perfect infield track. Totally agree with that, Kieran. It's the only strategy that actually works around here as well. He was commenting earlier on. But we approach the business end of the race, the final lap of the race. Everyone onto the final lap. Nico Casti is still going round onto that final lap. He is a lap down and Crusher Bro makes a mistake. Crusher Bro makes a mistake, similar to what I think we saw last time around with him, really. Losing it through 9 and 10. And again, Crusher Bro, luckily he's miles ahead. If it was 2 seconds, that gap would have been whittled away faster than you can say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Crusher Bro through the final 2 corners, Loop 13 and 14, and he's going to dominate once again. He'll take the race win. Heeman Racing Roulette, great stuff from the Norwegian, and he keeps on giving in that championship lead, and he maintains and extends that championship lead, of course. Alan Kay in 2nd, very good drive from the Irishman, taking full credit for that 2nd place. Aguilera in 3rd, unlucky with the mistake. I think he probably would have got 2nd if he didn't make that mistake. Charlie is in 4th, has held off the attentions of McKinley Few, so good drive by Charlie. He seems to be improving week upon week, I've got to say. McKinley Few better come across the line in 5th with, I thought that was Andy on the back of him. That was Nico Casti coming across the line in 8th. There is Andy coming across the line in 6th. And Molly Matt just coming out the final 2 corners now through 13 and 14. And Molly Matt is going to come across the line, the Irishman, the Italian, to come across the line in 7th place. That's what happens with Kim McGinley in the chat. Goodness me. But Crusher Bro wins, Alan Kay 2nd, Aguilera 3rd, Charlie 4th, McKinley Few, Andy, Molly Matt, Nico Casti. No penalties for anybody out on track. We will be back, of course, for the Formula Reynolds, so I will see you in around a minute and a half's time. So until then, thank you very much for watching, and until about then, goodbye.